What's up, you guys? It's about time I shared my little secret with you. This is my bass van. I purchased this about a week and a half ago. This is actually one of my customers' old vans. So I supplied lots of digital designs and LW audio equipment to him, and I got my man Henry from Harwood Acoustics, who's building my T-line doors, to do the build for this. So this here, what you see, is Harwood Acoustics signature 6th order, and the rest of the build is all done by Henry as well. So pillars, 6th order, amp rack, everything you see has been done by Henry at Harwood Acoustics. And due to my customer's circumstances, he needed to sell this very quickly to get some cash, and so he offered it to me because it had all my equipment in it already anyway. And I thought, what a brilliant opportunity for me to buy a fully finished van. That's something that I might have done anyway. I might have had a similar setup done in this anyway if I was commissioning Henry to build it for myself anyway. There are a few things that I would have done differently, so I'll explain those in a bit. But I just want to give you some demos and show you what system is running at the moment, and then go through what I'm going to be upgrading it to in the future, because I've got some pretty crazy plans for this. So yes, welcome to a new chapter in Barevids, and this should make a lot of you happy who want to see more demo videos and subwoofer videos and bass stuff and hair tricks and whatnot. Obviously I haven't really been able to do that in my own car for some time now because the build is nowhere near finished, although I've got nice doors. The actual build itself is nowhere near finished, but now I have this. So this is a Mercedes Vito. It is a diesel, automatic, blah blah blah, all the boring stuff out of the way. What has it got in it, you guys are wondering? So we have a 6th order wall here. It's currently housing a pair of 3500 series 15s by DD, the ESPs, as you can see. And this obviously is the low chamber, and then this is the high chamber port, this great big mouth here with the Harwood Acoustics logo. We have Eminence 10-inch PA drivers just behind the seats, and they're in sealed cabs which are stuffed with acoustic foam. They're for the kick bass, because obviously you need some kick bass as well when you've got subs like this. And then on the pillars we have DD 6.5s, they're in sealed chambers as well, along with the DD B3 tweeter. At the moment the head unit's nothing crazy special, it's just an Alpine Bluetooth CDI 13778 Ti, but the whole system is being run on a Helix DSP processor. So I have 8 channels, and I have full control on the laptop of all the time alignment and EQing for each channel. I have a series of switches here for each amplifier. So we have the subwoofer, the mids and the highs. This is the LED for the 6th order, this is for the roof lights, and this is for the dash cam, and also this set of USBs, and I also have another set of USBs down here on another switch. Now if we take a look inside the back here, we go to the amp rack. There's still quite a lot of space in the back of this van. Considering it's an audio van, there is quite a lot of space still. And the amplifiers we have at the moment, and I say at the moment because everything might change soon, we have an LW Audio 1.4500, fantastic amplifiers. I've never heard of any of these blowing. I used to distribute these throughout the UK. My good friend Lawrence in Sweden had these made in Korea, Zenon factory, so they're a Zenon board, very reliable, and there's been some changes made that Lawrence made, and I've sold these in the UK for the last 2-3 years and no failures. They're fucking brilliant. We have the Genesis Profile 2 running the tweeters, and then 2 Genesis Profile 4s, and needs a bit of a polish, but there's 2 stacked on top of each other there, and they run the Eminence 10s and the VO 6.5s. Behind this panel is all the bus bars and cabling and fusing, and behind this panel are all the batteries. I think it's just running some big AGM batteries at the moment, nothing branded like excess power, but I think it's running some pretty big AGMs. The voltage is quite stable. I've got a 170 amp alternator on this at the moment, and with the 4500 turned right up, it drops to about 12.8 is roughly where I see the lowest, so that's pretty good. I'm not getting the most power out of the amplifier like that, but it's still fairly decent power. Anyway, enough of me blabbering on. I'm sure you guys are wanting to know how it sounds, so let's fire her up. And I'm gonna put myself in the sealed side, I think. Now, of course, there's no chance of this camera microphone portraying anything like what this sounds like in person. It's just going to sound like a distorted mess, but maybe you can get a rough idea from the distorted mess how loud this is. And bearing in mind, this is only 4.5K with a bit of voltage drop, and the subs are only like 1200, 1500 watts. I haven't had bass like that myself for so many years. Okay, bass demos are all well and good, but let's see what's important is how many dBs is this doing? I'm not sure. By ear, it sounds like it might be a 151 or something like that at 33. I think it will probably peak at 33, most systems do. So we're going to whack out the SPL Labs Next LCD. This is like a full-blown Magnum, TermLab Magnum, but in a smaller size with a screen, so you can read everything on here. It has a signal generator. It also has RTA functions, so you can do real-time analyzing of an SQ system. It has the DB graph and also an oscilloscope. It's got everything on here that you will need to test all sorts of different things on your system. Oh, and it's got the power sensor as well, so you can clamp your amplifiers and see how much power they're doing, but we're not doing that today. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot to bring a string or something, and I didn't realize that these seats have obviously got got a combined headrest. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably stick it, just to get a rough idea of what this is doing, I'm gonna stick it here in this headrest here, just to give us a rough idea of what dBs this is doing. Okay, so I'm gonna do 33 Hertz first because I like that one. So the sensor fell off, but it did a 151.19. Let's try that again, and this time hopefully the sensor will stay in place. Now bear in mind, I did all those demos for you guys just before I was testing, so my coils are kind of getting a bit warm now. The coils do heat up. If I was to demo this for hours at full tilt, I'll probably blow the subs. The amplifier is a little bit overpowered for these little 35s, so I am looking to upgrade those, and I'll go through that with you in a bit. But let's try that 33 again, and hopefully the sensor will stay in place this time. 151.5, okay, cool. Let's see if it makes any difference with this door open as well. No, it's quieter with both doors open, it's louder with this door shut. And also bear in mind, I don't have any door pushers. I don't have anybody helping me at the moment pushing my door. So if someone was pushing my driver's door, I would imagine we'd see an extra dB or so out of this. Let's just try the other headrest hole briefly and see if that makes any difference to the score. It makes a slight difference, so we're getting louder, 151.65 in the other headrest position. I think if I was testing legally, they would probably strap it here, but I don't think I can't hold the camera and hold this here and play the tone at the same time. I can maybe try and hang it briefly. There we go. If I sort of hang it there, that would give me a rough idea, perhaps, as to what this would do in legal competition. 151.7, so yeah, it's getting louder every time I burp it. Interesting. So I think there's a 152.5 at least in this with door pushers. That's pretty nice. So let's try a different frequency. How about 40 Hertz? Okay, so slightly lower at 40 Hertz. I'm not going to do this too much because I want to get on with some demos. I reckon we got a 150 somewhere there with 150.5 with door pushes on the 40 Hertz. Let's try a 25. Okay, there's a lot of door flex on 25 Hertz, so that's killing my dBs a bit there. I only got a 147 at 25, but that is because of this. Good fucking lord. This door is going nuts. I don't think the video will quite make out how crazy this is going, but yeah, it's really going crazy. This needs to be held still by some door pushes, and then my 25 Hertz will go up. And I'm not actually even going to bother measuring 20 just now because I know that it's going to be down if I don't have door pushes. So pretty cool though, pretty nice and loud. Alright, I'm just going to test on the windscreen real quick because I know a lot of you guys in the States test on the windscreen. I'm going to do 30 Hertz only this time, just to, I don't want to heat my coils up too much. We're doing a lot of demoing, so just going to do a burst of 33 Hertz and in the sealed side. So I've got that door open and I'm in the sealed side, and let's see what that does at 33. So let's turn that up to a 152.18. Okay, cool. So door pushes and stuff, we should get that a little bit louder. For this next part, I'm going to try sitting windy side and try and get some hair tricks going. Obviously, I don't have any hair, so I've got a blonde wig here with me, which should be pretty jokes to see if we can get simulate a hair trick if I had hair. Hey, so how about that? Just call me Barevids. How the fuck did these girls do this on my face? Fucking everywhere, bruv. Right, let's try window down first. I've no idea if this is even going to hair trick with just 151.7 dBs at the moment, but let's give it a go. Let's try Put On by Jeezy. I can't see the camera screen, so I have no idea what the hair's doing, but it feels like it's kind of going crazy. Let's try it door open. It's not quite as good with the fucking and whoop, I smell some coils. Yeah, this amplifier is definitely a little bit too much for these woofers. But we do have this falling down every now and then. Like, get back up there. Okay, yeah, let's try gripping the grain now. I don't think it's gonna be low enough. Should be. That was with both windows open. I had forgotten to close the other window on the other side. So let's do that again just with this window open, and it's probably going to be even better. I think it's better with both windows open, you know. Definitely better both windows open for some weird reason. Okay, so yeah, that's all fun and games doing hair tricks and playing low music, but I'm going to turn the sub off. So the sub is no longer playing, so we just got the Eminence 10s down here. Oh. So we just got the Eminence 10s down here, and obviously the VO 6.5s on the dash, and I'm going to show you how nice this sounds, and punchy and accurate playing music and all that jazz. Now I know once again that absolutely has no hope of showing you how loud and nice that sounds through the camera microphone, but I have no idea how else to show you just now in the middle of fucking Blue Water car park. salida está aquí. A la izquierda. Y todo recto. Y otro a la izquierda. Es muy difícil. Un grande izquierda. Y otra a la izquierda. Y finalmente a la izquierda uno más tiempo. Yeah, so the idea is with the system, obviously at the moment, the subs are kind of on their limits for prolonged demos. So what I want to do is I want to obviously upgrade all of the subs and the amps and everything, because I've got loads of shit laying around. So the idea is that these, the sixth order here will accept a pair of Digital Designs ESP 15s, the baskets at least. So what I've got is I've actually got myself a spare pair of DC level 6 motors. These are great big motors, and the special thing about the DC level 6 motors is that they accept an 8-layer 4-inch coil, not just a 4-layer 4-inch coil. Yeah, not just a 4-layer 4-inch coil, but an 8-layer 4-inch coil. So that is double the amount of copper than is on a Digital Designs 9900 series. So that should be insanely powerful. The coil will be quite heavy, so it'll be quite inefficient, but who gives a fuck about efficiency? I've got power. We've got lots of power on tap. So yeah, 8-layer 4-inch coil, Digital Designs ESP cone, surround, and spider, and everything else to go with it. And then I'll probably shove that on a Bander 10K Viking or something, or I might see if I can import one of the 14 or 15K versions, and that will do about 18K at 14.4 volts. I haven't really decided yet what I'm going to be doing on the amplifier side of things. I'll obviously have to make some modifications to the amplifier rack in order to actually fit the bigger amplifier on there, but that's easy enough to do. It's just all sort of cosmetic stuff. I want to get the power supply sorted. I've got my my super capacitors, which are in the workshop. I can put those into the van if I want to, and I'm probably going to get some lithiums at some point as well to finish her off. So we are now at home, back in my parking space. Let's see if I can. It takes a bit of getting used to driving a van, but it's not too bad actually. It's very easy to drive, being an automatic, and a big windscreen, big mirrors. So yeah, parallel parking have actually been more successful in this than I have in my Proton, believe it or not, at times. Right, as if can I park this and not be over the fucking driveway of this house. Right, that'll do. So I'm actually going to Modified Nationals this year again. You saw if you haven't seen my last Modified Nationals video, for goddamn sake, watch it. It's fucking amazing. It's not very well titled. I should probably have broken the video up into segments and had 6 different demos. That would have given me more videos, more monetization from YouTube, and also it would have been better for you guys to be able to watch different systems depending on what you wanted to see, as opposed to one great big long daunting video that's got all the different demos inside it. So this year for Modified Nationals, I'm going in the van, and we're going to see what it does on the term lab, obviously in competition mode, and with some door pushes. It should increase my scores a little bit. I'll be in 6K walled category, which I won't do particularly well in. There's some really strong 6K walled scores at the moment, and I'm only running 4.5K, and I'm running a pair of cheapish sort of subs, and also I'm only running 215s. The loudest people in walled 6K at the moment are running like a Sundown SCV 6K at 0.35 and a shit ton of woofers like Cone Area City, so that gives them the benefit, having the efficiency there with the extra cones. I've only got a pair of 15s. I can't go any bigger than that. I can't put 450s. The build is done, so I've just got to make the best use of what I've got. So yeah, if I put the level 6 DD hybrids in on a 6K amplifier, if I drop it down to 0.25 just for competition use, I might get somewhere up in the top 3, maybe in 6K walled, who knows. But at the moment I'm not really looking to get really high up in the ranks. I just want to go to ModNats, have some fun, give some demos of these DD woofers, and take my camera and give you guys some demos of all the fantastic systems and the really good community and the basshead scene over here in the UK. It's really, really nice. And obviously because I've got a van, I'll be camping out in the back because I still have a ton of space behind the wall, so I can put like a big ass mattress in there and camp in the van rather than trying to fuck around with a tent. So that's going to be nice. And I'm also going to get a inverter so that I can run some mains powered stuff in the van, notably some kind of entertainment or something for in the evening. In the back of the van, might put a TV and a games console or projector, or I don't know. There's lots of things I can do to this. This is a project, and this is going to be a project for many years, I think, on my channel. So yeah, you saw it here first. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you got any comments, let me know. If you aren't subscribed, then goddamn subscribe on that fucking channel, man. You hit the bell button. I do amp repairs, I do woofer excursion tests, I do bass videos, although I haven't done a lot of those in a while, but you're going to be seeing a lot more of them now that I have the van. I am actually thinking about, so obviously I've got the wall here which will take a pair of 15s, but what I can do is I can put a new baffle on the top of those, either side of the port. I want to try a pair of X-Plods in here. I want to try a pair of Sony X-Plods in this 6th order wall, see how loud we can get. I might even make a sort of triangular piece like that so we can fit 4 Sony X-Pod 12s or maybe 4 Sony X-Pod 10s in the space there, so that they use the both chambers, just so as it got a baffle for those woofers rather than 2 15s flat for 4 10s or something, or maybe even go isobaric, maybe even 8 10s in isobaric with the triangular piece. I'm going to experiment and play around a lot with this build, so stay tuned if you want to see that. And thank you for watching. See you next time.